Hey everyone, welcome to That Pedal Show. Viewers, comments and questions. Dan here.
Nick here.
We have a very special guest today as well. Who's around somewhere.
He's getting a glass of water. Welcome everyone. Albert King never played those chords, Dan.
But did he go?
No, he didn't.
No, he went. What did he do?
No.
He went.
One fret down. Play the bend. Play the bend on the fret.
Yeah.
And then play the same bend on one fret down.
Ah.
And
Nice.
resolve on the tonic.
Is that it? You sound like it. That's great.
Hello everyone, welcome to VCQ. We are going to have a special guest joining us in a moment, Seth Lee Jones, who is, I can say this before he gets here, Dan. 3 names. You know a dude is serious when he's got 3 names. I'm just saying, Michael Lee Firkins, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Very good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Edward von Holen. Edmund von Holen.
Edmund von Holland.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Play
Brilliant.
us some music. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen, live on stage and in person, Mr. Seth Lee Jones. And Rosie.
Hi, you are so good.
Yes. Thank you, Bebbers.
You're so good.
Yeah.
So I think Mick and I are sort of in a state of, I don't know, sort of like post-euphoric shock.
Shock or
Seth has just come in and blown our tiny minds.
existentially questioning
Everything.
all things.
Everything.
Yeah. So, yeah. What do you think, Seth? Did you enjoy it?
Well, I had more fun than you did.
Yeah, so we filmed an amazing show today. So thought most of you will know Seth by now. If you don't know who Seth is, just put the blush filter on for a second. One of the most extraordinary guitar players you'll ever hear, but also a world-class luthier. And hearing the stories of those two worlds and how they marry up, and hearing Seth play, just unreal. So we've had an amazing day.
We have indeed.
Yeah. And you were on tour in Spain,
Yeah. Just
And-
finished up.
and then just the last little bit of you just thought he had a day on to come and hang out with us for the day.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Oh, it's been a great time. Welsh cakes. Oh
Well,
my
Welsh
God.
cakes, baby.
Simon V, RDJ. Simon, thank you for sending the Welsh cakes. Me and Catherine came in at the weekend and scoffed most of them. We did leave some for Dan and Seth today. Bless you for sending them, mate. That's super kind.
That was the first thing.
That was the first thing on today's. Can I have some housekeeping music? Sorry, Seth.
Sure.
You'll have to just
Here you go.
bear.
Some
you'll have to-
housekeeping music.
Have you watched this before? Patrons, the winner and the winners of April's pedal giveaway are Simon from Fraser in Australia and Andy from Newcastle in the UK. So if you're Simon from Fraser, Australia, or Andy from Newcastle in the UK, you have won this week's month's Patron pedal giveaway. News of May's giveaway is coming soon. Thank you very much.
Unreal.
Thank you. And we've got a 10 golden tokens update. We're pulling the last 2 prizes. Token number 8 is won by Andrew in Michigan. Dan, if you could give them a nice shake, please.
Nick to pick.
Mick to pick,
Dan to shake.
Dan to shake. You ready? This is the highbrow entertainment. This is the
Okay.
level,
we
Seth.
go.
This is the level.
Okay, chosen by Dan and Mick, specifically for your pedal board, one guitar pedal is won by Andrew in Michigan.
Oh, amazing.
Andrew in Michigan, well done.
So we'll have a chat and work out what you need, and we'll decide specifically what we're going to send you.
So there's not much
change
picking
your life.
to do. Look, one golden token left. Dan, you can pick this one.
Oh, Seth can pick this one.
Yeah,
Here you go, mate.
Seth, would you mind? This is won by Martin in Essex. Martin, you have one.
Ooh.
Oh, half-day pedalboard surgery at TPS.
Nice.
Fantastic.
Congratulations, guys.
Wow, and that's it. All
That's it.
10 prizes have been drawn. Wow, amazing.
Just catching you up, Seth. We put, like Willy Wonka's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Ah, yeah.
We put tokens in orders from that pedal show store, and they've won prizes.
Sweet.
I know, it's nice. They've been going on for 2 months now. And so that's all good. That's all good. Seth, can we have a look at your guitar?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Check this. If you've never seen this guitar before, get ready for that pedal show coming out this Friday. It's going to be this Friday's show. Look at this. Now, among the interesting things about this guitar, A, he made it. B,
He plays it.
what's going on here then?
Look at this. And then there's this and that.
What's all this then?
And this is actual wear?
Yes, this is not induced. This is 20 years of bar filth. Yeah. And signatures from people I've either played with or met that were, really great musicians I asked to sign. So there's several on there. I won't go through all of them, but Sonny Landreth's right there. Yeah. And I got Adam Jones and Danny Carey right there.
That is very cool.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing.
And the man on
Weasel.
your hat?
The man on the hat, yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Matt Ike.
Nice. Nice. Thank you to BV for being here. Let's have a quick roll call and just see who's in tonight. I'm hoping in the super chats we've got some questions for Seth, because there is frankly a lot to ask. BV, thank you to you. Broken Oars podcast is on Amadeus 7:33. Actually, I haven't confirmed if we can be seen or heard at this point. I think we can. Diaper Baghdad is on.
And the hand-painted pot goes to...
Martin Tracy is on. Amadeus is on. That's funny. That is really funny. Andrew R is on. NT Rocks is on. Actually, some new names tonight. This is nice. Andrew
Yeah.
Jones 94. G Barge, how are you, Greg? Good to hear from you, buddy.
Grateful Fred. That's very good.
Who Done It Pro? Yeah. Simon V is on. Thanks again for the Welsh cake, Simon. Ed Bromil is on.
Titanium Gecko.
New names
New
tonight.
names. It's fabulous.
Kristen Abbott. Hey, bud. How are you?
Dave Hard. Gordon Rankin. G'day, mate.
Plexico. How are you? Oliver Boysen.
Brett Grove from Minneapolis,
Oh.
which is where Gregory Cockery comes from. Is that right?
yes.
Yes. Who
That's-
you opened for.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I got to sit in with him a couple of times, and I got to open for him once.
Amazing. Oh, we love Greg.
Oh, he's
Cockery.
Yeah, whereas Davey Knowles calls him Man Squatch.
The man squatch.
Do you know Davey Knowles?
I do. I got to open for Davey.
Did you?
What a fine player he
He's
is.
in the
Yeah, he's
UK in the
beautiful.
next week or two, but his tour schedule is so crazy. Or the
Oh,
next month. His tour schedule is so crazy. I was trying to figure out getting him here, but he's like playing in Nottingham, Manchester, Glasgow, and there's not even a day off. So
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Okay.
he's busy boy.
Yeah, he hustles.
Yeah. Todd Roy is on. Michael Giliberto, Victor Gustafsson, M.W. Adams,
Brent Grove, Tim Richardson, Alps Band. G'day, mate.
Zach George and Michael Cooning is on. Lovely that you're all here. Chris Parshall, James Lister, K. Cole 4001, and of course Todd Roy, if we haven't already said you, Todd. So welcome. And Paul Matulovic. We should mention Paul Matulovic.
Fabulous.
And many others. Thanks for joining us. Okay, we'll head into the super chats then. We've closed them off because we've had quite a lot already. So I am hoping there'll be some for Seth in there. CON623 says, "Whoa, it's SLJ."
I know that guy.
Do you? You know him by his code name, yeah? Hello from Hawthorne, California, says Robert Boy. Oh yeah, BV, thank you. He says, don't forget to mention the TPS Gear webpage. Dan and I are putting up a few bits for sale. I've got some stuff up there already. There's a couple of tube screamers, Royal Overdrive by Van Velden.
Are you selling the Van Velden?
Yeah, my
Okay.
ARDX20. I'm having a clear out of some stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I'm going to sell a bunch of things.
Need to raise some cash for a guitar I've just acquired, and good to have a clear out. So go to that pedalshow.com, and it's in personal gear for sale. All the information is there. The Flying V is going to go up as well, and the Landau de Ville is going to go up. So
Ooh,
I'm
it's like a big cleansing.
gonna
poo.
raise some fun tokens, Dan.
Right,
Yeah.
fabulous.
So
Well, I also am going to raise some fun tokens. So yes,
yes. Nick Harrington says, Mick, did my package arrive? I think it did, Nick. If it's the one with the letter, yes, it did. Thank you. I need to read it in detail. I've had a quick flick, and if that's what you're talking about, yes, it did.
Oh, so this is a very interesting one. We're going to get into the super chats in a second, but the first question I got here for Seth. DMK wants to know, would buying a vintage guitar be worth buying if it had a shocking headstock repair and then getting it re-repaired if the price is good?
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, it kind of puts it in the price range where it makes it a little more accessible.
Right.
And
how do they-
depending on what it is?
And if it's done properly, what sort of impact does a headstock break have on an instrument?
Well, on the value, it can be pretty impactful, but if it's done right, they're, in most cases that I've done, are stronger than they would have been.
Really?
Yeah,
How many headstock repairs have you done then?
more than I can count.
Any guitars that keep coming back? I don't mean the same guitar, but particular types of guitar.
Anything made of mahogany with a tilted headstock.
Okay.
And more falling forward or falling backward?
I think, honestly, the three-legged stand, whoever invented the three-legged stand, I need to send them a Christmas card.
Yeah, right. There we are. There we are. Okay. Paul Matulovic says, are you selling the Landau already, Mick? I am, Paul. I am. A, because I kind of need the money, and B, because I've discovered that at any juncture that I might use the Landau de Ville, I'm just going to use my two-rock.
Yep.
So, so yes, that is just, may as well speak the truth.
Yeah. Absolutely.
It would be great to keep it for the show, but I bought it personally. The show didn't buy it, so yeah. Fund vouchers need to be raised
I hear you.
Partly because my Cutler custom guitar has arrived,
Great.
and we're just gonna go out for dinner a couple times, maybe have a drink before I bring her to meet Mum and Dad.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right. And those dates are expensive.
is that sensible?
Yep. And you've got to be, when
Yeah.
you go out for those events. You got to be flush.
Actually, I'm not a fan of the sort of calling it him or her for cars or guitars. Anyone else in on that?
Oh no, I have my guitars are gendered.
Are they?
Mm.
Are they that he's? She's?
Generally she's.
Are they?
Mm.
I call it the white telly, even though it's not white anymore.
Yeah.
That's all
So
I
we're
got.
both lying.
Yeah, I can't. I just can't. I can't see them as she's. People do. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Every time I pick up my red, I just hear in my head, "Lady Love," and that's why it's.
Todd Roy says, Mick, Uncle Larry is looking for some cool guitars when he comes to record at Abbey Road. Just saying. Okay. If me and Dad had some cool guitars, we'd offer to lend them to him, but I'm sure Tom has got contacts somewhat in excess of me and Dan, but we will reach out to him because we know a person or two that could probably lend him a half-decent guitar. Do you know him?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I do.
You do. I like him.
He's a nice man.
Yeah, yeah.
And what a player. He plays stuff like just notes that don't exist. I
Yep.
love it.
Yeah.
I do that too.
Okay, right. Lots of people saying Greg Hawk is actually from Milwaukee.
Oh, right.
As opposed to, what did I say? Wisconsin.
Can't remember. Milwaukee, isn't it? Is that what Alice Cooper said?
Milwaukee.
in
You're gonna take it.
is it Wayne's World?
Laverne and Shirley. Come on. Michael McKean.
Are you taking super chats still? Says Like Lions. We're not. We turned them off, but we will get to them now. Otherwise, we will be here until next Monday. Okay, Johnny T. How are you, Johnny T? We mentioned you today in the show, actually. Dan was saying if Johnny was
Yeah.
something or
So
other.
if Johnny was learning,
Yeah.
Johnny T, if he was learning guitar, at what point does he say, I'm just going to keep learning in standard like everyone else, or become a masterful genius in drop D, as Seth has
Open
become.
D.
Open D even. And Seth was playing this guitar today, and it was the most astonishing experience. I had a shred of dignity left until he picked up my telly and standard tuning and just proceeded to wipe the floor with anything that's ever come out of that guitar before. So I guess you kind of need to learn both.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Can you would you just give us like 10 seconds or 20 seconds of It's very nice. It's very nice. Johnny T, he says, sorry Johnny, let's come to your questions. I want my Phase 45 to have a DC jack.
Yes.
Would you agree?
Yes.
Would you modify it to put a jack in it, or would you drill a little hole in it and have a virtual battery?
Just get a separate base plate for it. Take the original base plate. So assuming you've got either a strip logo or a block logo, Phase 45, it doesn't have a DC jack. So all you need to do is
Do it through the bottom.
grab a different it's a not a bud box
It's a standard case. isn't it?
standard case. So you
Google it.
get a base that fits it. Just drill a hole through the bottom. Virtual battery or a DC cable.
No,
Don't
no,
go
it's-
drilling into the case.
Well, and if you're an idiot, that's exactly what you do.
Look, you can do it. You can do it.
Midvale School for the Gifted. Where is the most sensible place to drill into this pedal?
Yeah, right.
Right through the, right through the bit, the irreplaceable bit.
Yeah.
So, but at least it's only an analog man sun face, right?
Oh. We didn't ask you about fuzzers today. Do you play fuzzers at all?
No, I don't have one on the board right now.
Okay. Did you go through a fuzz phase?
I've got a Beatronics one that's got the octave fuzz, but there's been other stuff kick it off that I needed to demo for
Okay.
Robert, and it hasn't made it back in rotation yet.
Right. That might be
Yeah,
it.
I stacked drives
Yeah.
to kind of get a similar thing going.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if next time Seth comes back, we do a fuzz journey.
We'll see if we can break him with fuzz.
Yes.
Adam Lockett. Hi, Adam. Oh, no, not Adam Lockett. Jason Sears. Hey, Jason. 2 questions from Jason. The first one is, Dan, is the next evolution of G3 to have a touchscreen?
Okay, let's say yes. I don't. Who knows? Who knows these things?
I think, sorry.
Yeah. Put it this way: it will be a long way away. G3 still has a lot of life left, and I've still got a lot of ideas for it. So, yeah. But
Could you skip touchscreen as a sort of UI and just go to voice control?
yeah. But in the middle of a gig, it's like, you got it wrong, you idiot. Turn on the loop 5.
There is
no.
that. There is that.
Yeah. And the drummer's just because he's a joker,
By the time
he's yelling stuff out.
by the time you've done the R&D though, I think you could have a temple chip fitted
I'm there.
where you just think it.
Yeah. Or
AI can do that, surely.
it's amazing what AI can't do.
There was actual malice. I was having a chat with AI this week to a good friend And it's various effects on various bits of the tech world at the moment. And he was telling me it just doesn't work.
Yeah, it's a long way
At
away.
the implication level, it just doesn't work. And I was thinking, do you know what? I've had this, or a version of this, since 1996. It has never, ever been able to make a phone call for 24 hours in one day, ever. Like, there's always been a part of the day where I cannot make a phone call on this. That's 30-year-old technology.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a new one, but, same thing. So what hope is AI got, really?
Yeah.
This doesn't even work.
Planes falling out of the sky, dogs and cats living together. It's all...
Yeah. Anyway, Jason also says, should he buy an Analog Man King of Tone at the sensible non-inflated price or a Kingsley overdrive? If so, which Kingsley overdrive?
Okay, valve overdrives. Have you played valve overdrives?
I don't know.
Okay,
Kind
all
of been
right.
stuck on that one Noble thing for quite a while. I really like that Empress that I just got. That's like my new favorite thing.
It's really nice to hear that today because
yeah.
we featured it and sort of got the sounds we would get out of it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I need to reach out to them and get another one for my big board. My board at home is massive because I can get away with that in town.
Right. I think it'd be... Yeah, okay. Ideas brewing for the next reiteration. Seth
Yeah.
Lee Jones Part 2.
Yeah.
The question, which Kingsley drive, hello Simon if you're on by the way, is a good one because Simon makes a lot of overdrive pedals that if you drew a Venn diagram, and I'm not even sure it would be a traditional Venn diagram because some of them would be outside. I think for it to be a Venn diagram, all circles have to intersect, is that correct?
I think, well, you can technically call it a Venn diagram where there's, like, here is the Venn diagram of me and talent, and there's just big gap in the center.
No.
That's my Venn diagram.
Mathematicians and physicists, please tell us what the name for that kind of diagram is because I don't think it's a Venn diagram.
Oh, okay. It's a
Yeah.
Dan diagram.
If you were to put all the Kingsley drives on a Venn diagram,
They'd be intersecting, lots of intersecting.
there's a
bits.
lot of intersection and one really key bit in the middle, bit like, we say Dumble amps, but, they have a familial heartland. Which one you want really depends on, and I would say all of them are quite a different deal from something like a King of Tone. Would you agree?
Completely. When you start getting into touch-sensitive valve overdrives, it's a different thing than transistor overdrives. And King of Tone, love it. It's amazing. Very touch-sensitive, but there's more going on harmonically when you get a couple of valve stages getting in together. The tricky thing with the valve stages is actually making it sound like a pedal, in that if you take a preamp from an amplifier, right? So say you've got a boogie or something.
Now it's
and you've
working.
got the effects send. If you take the effects send from the preamp and just plug it straight into the input of another amplifier, you've got so much level and so much compression. Generally, it sounds like crap. But if you take a nice transistor overdrive, as the overdrives you've got on your board, and put that into a valve amplifier that's doing some limiting and all the lovely harmonics that it adds, it works brilliant. The tricky thing with the valve overdrives is to maintain an output that works well into the front of a valve amp. So it's not just like a valve preamp. And that is one thing that the Kingsley, Simon Jarrett from Kingsley Pedals, amazing player. It's one thing that his valve overdrives are spectacular at. Still have a nice low output impedance, and it just interfaces beautifully.
They're fantastic. I would say whatever the current model of the Page is,
Yeah.
Simon has added some stuff to it, which I think, and forgive me if I've got this wrong, essentially puts it all into one pedal now. So you can use it as a preamp, you can use it as an overdrive with different bottom and top EQ responses and stuff. And it's just as the all-round overdrive.
It's
The
amazing.
Page Boost, it's called Boost, but there's still some overdrive in it, is really wonderful. Up from that, the Harlot, which Dan
The
uses.
Harlot, yeah, the Harlot. And again, the Harlot is a fairly
Smoother.
neutral EQ-wise. It doesn't have
Yeah.
that mid push that the
Balladeer,
all that stuff does.
Alexander the Great, yeah.
But
the
it's
Dumbly.
got a bit more gain in it, and it's just silky smooth.
Smoother.
Yeah.
If, however, you acquire a King of Tone, set it like this and turn both sides on, you will never be sorry into any amp.
No, it's incredible. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Everything at 2 o'clock.
Everything at 2 o'clock, both sides on. No sorriness there.
Did you go through a period? Because one thing I find, because you get so much just out of the guitar, right? From the dynamics, from the clean tone to dirty tone, it's like it's all there. Did you ever go through trying 100 different effects and crazy sounds and all that sort of stuff?
No,
Or was it all here?
I kind of had the same pedal board for like maybe 15 years.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and it was, the Noble, and I was running 2 carbon copies before they came out
Okay.
with the one that was in 2 box. I used one for slapback and one for long, and then a Goodrich 122. And I'd have an extra spot for something else I was changing out, some kind of modulator or something, or maybe the octave fuzz or
Right.
something. But yeah, that for the longest time, all I had was a drive, 2 delays, long and short, and the volume pedal. That was it.
It's interesting how many pro players we come across who have got 2 of the same pedal for 2 different settings.
Yeah. Yep.
Because they're
Yeah.
like, I like that, it's doing its thing.
I just wanted more.
Well, now the Halo, it's got 2 sides. I got slapback on one side and the Andy Timmons thing on the other side, and it's does a bunch of other stuff. But those are the only 2 things I use
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah. Johnny C also wants to know, have you got any advice on 4 ohm 10-inch speakers for a 68 Vibrachamp reissue? 4 ohm, are they common 4 ohm speakers?
The Warehouse 10s, man, the orange ones.
Yeah.
I've tried to destroy them and I can't.
There you go.
Warehouse WGS. They make a 10-inch speaker which has what, like an orange sticker on the back?
Orange frames.
Oh, orange frames.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. There you
Every
go.
super reverb that I own. At one point, I had like 4 super reverbs. But yeah, every 410 anything I own has those in it.
Is that your main gigging amp, Super Reverb?
Super reverb, yep. Also use a Tone King Royalist.
Oh, yeah.
So when I do stereo, I'll have the Tone King Royalist with the 212s and then a super reverb.
Are those WGS orange cone speakers, do they break up much?
Probably not, because I tend to run the amp clean and get my drive from the box.
Yeah, because
So they're pretty tight. I know they're cleaner than whatever came out of the supers, and all of my supers are Black Era supers.
Yeah, that was my question, because the supers that we've had through here, I always struggle with that kind of
Yeah.
turns on the top.
Yeah. They have a firm bass response. They're real tight and fast, and
Oh, that's good to know.
they're durable. And I am quite hard on gear, especially speakers.
There you go, Johnny. Hopefully they do a 4 ohm version of that, and you can acquire one. Broken Oars Podcast, how are ya, AJ? He says, evening all, Gulag Archipelago and chemistry this evening. Usually studying with his daughters. No longer stupidly happy with all those things gear and gear. I want a telly. I blame Dan. Take one from the chat. Have fun from AJ. Yeah, I mean... Oh, Dan's holding a Les Paul. I was going to say I'm outgunned. Yeah, every person on the planet who plays guitar should own a Telecaster.
Agreed.
Shouldn't
Agreed.
they? I mean, it's like the best guitar ever.
I mean, you can't have a garage without at least one hammer.
Right, that's very good. There we go. Very good. I think so. I started playing Strats. Really, I always thought Telecasters would. I just thought they looked awful, but I had an old Strat that was stolen, and I had a gig that night, and the only guitar I could get was a friend's Telecaster, and played the gig, and I sounded like just a big bag of ass because what it was, all of my vibrato had come from here. I had nothing here, and it's like, okay, and at that moment, I was like, I need to find a way that I can sound okay on the simplest of simple guitars. And that was it. But one thing that happened that night was hearing the bridge pickup on a Telecaster in a rock tune. It was like, oh, this is a brave new world.
I have come of age.
I've come, yes. My balls dropped and that was it.
Yeah.
Away I went.
One thing I particularly enjoyed about hearing and watching you play today, Seth, was of all the options you have to bend strings, a vibrato bar is not one of them. You got levers, you got a slide, and he's pushing the neck like there's no tomorrow.
Yeah.
And all of this pitch stuff is happening with everything other than a.
Yeah.
Do you use the wang on your Strat? Or?
I surely do.
You do?
Yeah, right.
I had open counseling with Carl Verheyen, and I'm a firm believer in pulling up that G to a third.
Yeah.
And that's how I had my 66 Stratocaster set.
And the offset claw in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah, it does work.
You can get a lot of useful tricks out of a standard Fender tremolo. I mean, Leo got it right.
Yeah.
If you just spend some time with it.
Yeah.
What's that like working on really old guitars like that and then seeing all the new stuff, but seeing the stuff they got right the first time?
Oh, I don't know. I just feel like people are always trying to invent the new mousetrap, and it's just funny. I don't see it as pointless because sometimes people really do come up with stuff that's incredibly useful and different. But I don't know. It just really depends on how hard something's been ridden and put away, and a lot of the old guitars that I've encountered as the ones that are really beat up and nasty are probably ones that sound really great.
Yeah.
But there's great new iterations of the old stuff.
Sure. I just think it blows my mind how much stuff they got right, though.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
and I don't
just-
think you have to spend $30,000 to get a good Stratocaster
No.
either.
Yeah.
No, 26 tops.
Okay, the one from the chat we're going to take is from Blue Sweat. We were just talking about this today. Look at his bridge plate, man. I've never seen a telly bridge plate like that.
Here,
Go on, yeah.
give me the walk
Go,
of that.
right, yeah,
Yeah,
go on
yeah.
then. The walk of bridge plate shame.
And then if you angle it up, Seth, there you go.
Look at
There you
that.
go.
It's almost hollow at this point.
Somewhat corroded.
A little bit, yeah.
As actually on the subject of Blue Sweat, as Greg told you about Dean Sweat.
No?
Okay. Next time you spend some time with Greg, ask about Dean Sweat.
Okay. Duly noted.
Blue Sweat wants to know what it is. Should I buy a Hampstead or a Thorpe FX flanger?
It depends on...
You probably can't buy a Hampstead one.
Yeah, it's very difficult to buy a Hampstead one. They're both phenomenal flangers. The Thorpe one, there's a lot more going on with it because you've got two different delay lines that you can do stuff to. And
Hampstead.
Sorry, the Hampstead one's got two different delay lines and all the stuff that we designed into it. But the Thorpe
They're so rare,
flanger...
there isn't one in this room.
Yeah, the Thorpe flanger is the one that we did with Thorpe. So Thorpe designed and we did the launch for it because I used it for years and I just loved it. It's such a fabulous sounding flanger. Or if you're doing mono, it's fabulous. They're both fabulous.
It has wet and dry outputs too,
It does.
which could be quite useful.
Yep. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's
I
brilliant.
like the little guards to keep you from bumping the knobs.
Yeah.
That's convenient for a clumsy
Thorpe's-
fellow like myself.
Thorpe stuff is awesome.
Thorpe stuff is so nicely made.
I kind of feel like because we're so blown away by the playing and stories and stuff, it's like now that I've sat in a room with you and watched you do some stuff, we're gonna convene a bunch of stuff for you to try next time you come over. Because
I'd be delighted.
I'd love to. There's a few things I'd love to hear you play through. Yeah. Did you get into like tape echoes and that sort of stuff?
No, and my buddy Ian Shepard loaned me a really nice, it was just a beautiful unit of Echoplex.
Right.
And he turned it on for me, and I saw that tape go around, and I was just like, that's terrifying. That looks so fragile and expensive. I'm not touching this thing. And he left it at my house, and he was like, try that? I'm like, no. It's way too scary for me.
Shout out to Ian. It's like one of the best techs and one of the best people out there. Yeah, such a beautiful guy. He often gets in touch and just checks in. He's so great.
He's a phenomenal chef too. If you're not aware,
Is he?
Oh my god.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's one thing you kept
There
from
you
me.
go.
All
There
right.
you go.
Yeah. If you're ever invited to eat, you need to go.
All right,
Make
done.
the time. Trust me.
Cam Bull. Hello, Cam. Nice to hear from you. He says, I'm about 1.5 years into my guitar learning journey. To this point, it's all electric. I'm wondering if it's time to add an acoustic guitar. What are your thoughts for player and skill development? Some head shaking going on over here. Are you serious about that?
I mean, I don't think it's really necessary. I mean, if what you like is electric, then just keep learning that.
There you go. This is so cool. One of the things that we discovered today with Seth is that Seth is not afraid to break the rules, and I think so many things that we take for granted is like, yes, you really should be able to play acoustic. I mean, if you want to play acoustic. But if, exactly as you said, if what you want to do is go out there and do handstands while playing guitar with your nose,
Exactly.
go and do that.
Yeah.
You have permission to go and do whatever you want to do. I had the most beautiful acoustic guitar built, and it's one of my favorite things in the world, and I do love playing it because it's a different voice. But if all I wanted to do is play Metallica or what's it called, Rain in Blood, then that's what I would be doing.
Yeah. I totally agree.
Or acoustic versions thereof.
I mean, I have some nice acoustics at the house, a couple, but...
Do you ever build acoustics?
I do. Maybe 2 or 3 a year. I haven't made one in a couple of years. There was a lady that I apprenticed under briefly before she passed, named Dixie Michelle, and she built acoustics in the house that I live in.
No.
But yeah, if the building was on fire, I'm not grabbing the acoustics. I'm
Yeah,
grabbing
okay.
the telly, because
Yeah,
this
okay.
is my heart and soul.
Yeah.
This is what I love to do.
Yeah.
If you love electric, play electric. Don't let anybody bully you into playing acoustic.
Yeah, it can be. There's two things about acoustic guitar. If you buy a traditional acoustic guitar, it can be quite hard work. You know, if you're a new player and you're used to the sort of easier feel of an electric guitar, then an acoustic guitar can be quite hard work. The sort of flip side to that, the yin to that yang, is it's quite, once you get your head around a few open position chords, it's quite a satisfying sound.
Yeah.
And it does sound nice. It's a nice thing to
Yeah.
do. And God forbid you can be that person at the party who pulls out the guitar and starts singing songs.
Like Wonderwall.
Yeah, especially like Wonderwall.
Or if you're where I'm from, Wagon Wheel.
Right, is that Rock Me Baby Like a Wagon Wheel?
I don't think so.
No. Certainly not sung like that, young man. No, actually, it's a nice thing in a good environment. That's a nice thing to do,
Yeah.
is to sing a song, you know? That's a lovely thing to do.
Grandma loves it.
Yeah. 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 It's a different discipline, though, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And for busking, it requires less batteries.
Dig it.
Dig it. Give it a go. I mean, if you know anyone, Cam, that could loan you an acoustic guitar for a minute, maybe that's a thing to do, just to play one for a bit and see. The good news is, modern acoustic guitars, you know, Far Eastern built acoustic guitars are generally pretty good, and they have good playability. They're not like crazy high action, which is what we all had to deal with as kids, and so at least it's possible to get a pretty decent guitar for not too much money.
Yeah, and then it's incremental gains from that entry point.
Yeah, then you'll be putting in your order for your Martin D28 traditional
Exactly.
custom shop or whatever comes next. Daniel Pate. Hello, Daniel.
Yeah.
Are you Pate or are you Pate? Because I've never had Daniel Pate.
No.
I was just
Stop
waiting
it. Stop it.
waiting for the
Stop it.
reaction.
No. I'm not going there.
Yeah.
Not today.
Nutty. Bros of Tone, says Daniel Pate. Bros of Tone. I'm looking into a CB harmonic chorus to do flange chorus with expression pedal. I wanted a Red Wing. Will it do POG stuff? Just ordered a P2P Liverpool clone, have you all played any train wrecks?
Ah, okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
So, Joe from Hello Sailor actually made us a train wreck clone with the
Yes.
right transformer and stuff.
Sounds
and it
killer.
sounds amazing. It's so loud and gainy, but it really does sound incredible.
You ever played a train wreck?
Yeah, there's a fella back in Tulsa that makes some copies of those named Bob Peck, and they are incredible.
You like that kind of thing?
I love it for a standard tune guitar, man. It is something else.
What would you say characterizes the sound of that kind of?
Oh, there's like this upper end chime and like these like artifacts that kind of pop out in it. It almost reminds me of, playing through like a Matchless or an AC30 a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's its own thing though.
Yeah, I've never played one. Never played an actual one. I can't say I've ever been around anyone who's been playing one in the room, so I don't know. I have no point of reference.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a rabbit hole we could dive down, Daniel.
Another one. Let's
Another
do that.
one. Yeah. Anyway, CB harmonic chorus to do flange chorus with. He also wanted a Red Wing. Yeah, sorry, there's no Red Wings left. We do actually have one Red Wing that is marked, so we could put it on sale for a bit less. We haven't sold it because it's got a blemish.
Okay.
So
That'd be the last one, though.
it would be the last one. Maybe we should keep it.
I've got mine.
Yeah, we have one each, but there's an additional one.
Yeah, okay. We can,
We
we
should
can
keep
shift that
that.
on. We can sell it for a lot more.
Yeah, much more.
There you go. Custom blemish.
The reason
Relict.
the reason we've found this bush and beating around it quite so heavily is because we don't know the answer. Because I can't remember what the CB does, the harmonic chorus. We had it on the show.
Oh,
So
okay.
will it do flanger chorus with expression pedal? That's what you want. That's what you want. So you want to be able to do flange and chorus with an expression pedal.
Yeah, so the main difference between a flanger and a chorus is the delay time used to create the modulation. With a flanger, it's a lot tighter, but also with the flanger, you have regeneration where the signal is fed back into the input, and that gives you all the resonance and all that stuff.
Isn't the Asheville the one to get?
I think the Asheville is the one to get.
And what about this?
Ah, that's beautiful.
Because it has the resonance. No expression pedal.
No, it does that. So, yeah, depending on... I don't know if you can change the delay time on that, but that thing sounds wicked.
Well, it's got that. Sorry, this was the Echo Fix Chorus Vibrato, which has the resonance control. Which the resonance is what gives you the flangey bit, isn't it?
Indeed. So it's got what? Depth, speed, mix, and resonance. Is that right? Wave shape. Oh, interesting. Okay. Very cool.
Didn't we have a chorus flanger on the show recently? We were like, that's it.
The SCF, stereo chorus flanger.
Yeah, that's pretty
The
good.
TC?
No, there was something else. I reckon it was the Asheville one,
Okay.
Asheville Music Tools.
Asheville Music Tools is they just make the best stuff.
Yeah. Have a look at some of the recent 4 or 5 pedals on a board videos that we've done, because there was one and we were like, that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. Okie dokie. Good luck, Daniel. Andrew R. How are you, Andrew? Good to hear from you, buddy. He says, hello, D and M and S. D and M and S.
There you go.
For next year, you can only play one guitar. What do you choose? And how true has that been for the last...
I mean, I've got a bunch of guitars now, but I mean, probably 90% of the time I'm playing this one. That's been that way for 20 years.
There you go. We remarked on it in today's video. There is something to be said for having one main guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you talk to guys who play violins professionally, and they get really used to an instrument, so much so that it almost ruins their career to change violins.
Yeah, okay.
Because they get used to the scale length of that instrument, because they're all slightly different. And they get used to where those notes are. I feel like I am so used to where this is. I've made backup guitars, and I still feel more comfortable on the old crusty one, because I've been playing it for half my life.
And our heroes, we know them for playing a guitar. I mean, I guess depending on the era of Clapton, that you're into.
Yeah, usually.
Rory, Stevie.
Yeah.
Usually for long periods of time, isn't
yeah.
it? Yeah. Yeah. What about you, Dan?
Red.
Yeah.
Like everything else could burn as long as I've got red. I'll be okay.
Was that this one?
That's that one. So that's that's my
I
old.
understand.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't want to burn any of my guitars, but
So like you, I got this in 2002, and it was a closet classic. So all the wear is real.
Oh, yeah, true. Oh, yeah.
it's a remarkable guitar. That
Yeah, beautiful.
So it's 5th fret job.
I never
I
heard
love
a
the
telly
big
sound
stripe
like it.
going up the center of it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I think mine would have to be my strap. My head is hello, Rosie. Hello, baby girl. Mine would be this.
Yeah. Gotta be.
You know, if I'm in a stress situation, I take this. Played with Brothers Landreth, took this because I know where everything is,
Yep.
and I don't have to think about it. But I'm emotionally very attached to this at the moment. But I have to really think about it because of all this. That's quite a lot of brain work.
Yeah.
So it's the strap, really.
We've got to get a picture at the end of all three of us holding a telly, huh? You got another one around here, right?
I
Somewhere?
actually catch on fire if I pick one up. So
Really?
that should be funny. No,
Okay.
I do love them. I do love them. There you go, Andrew. Todd Weiss, or Todd Weiss. How are you, Todd? He says, I'm going to be playing on an Ampler stage. And if I was wondering if I could do a Universal Audio Silvertone and a Universal Audio Ruby wet dry to the houseboard. You can. I don't know what a Universal Audio Silvertone is. Is that a new one?
Oh. Not over that one. It must be.
Yeah, let us know if we've got that wrong.
The only thing, just so, if the Silvertone that we saw, that's an analog one. All I would check, so they're both amp sims, just check that the latency on both is the same.
It's the same, yeah.
Because if one is out, then when it hits the board, he's never going to be able to put them in phase.
Depends what kind of board you've got. A lot of modern mixing desks will have not a lot. Some modern digital front of house systems have a little thing that will show you the relative phase of two sources, and that will help them dial it in, or help you dial it in. But yeah, absolutely, you could do that.
Is that one?
Yeah. There it is. There it is.
So yes, we would say you totally can do that. As Dan says, just be aware of the dual latency, and if you can, as Gordon Rankin is saying, maybe try and get something up front of all of that with some tubes in it, if you dare.
Yeah.
Or even after. But anyway, maybe you're not into that, and that's cool as well. Scott Curry says, I noticed that Seth has a flipped control plate on his telly. I did that and I loved it.
Yeah.
It's
a very
not
cool
truly
thing.
flipped. It's just turned around. Like a volume up here that's like the Kirchen thing. you
Yeah.
know, Bill Kirchen. The volume is still there.
Okay.
And your producer's switch.
Have you heard that story?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a lot of work for Leland Sklar when I was at Carruthers, and I heard that switch in about
Do you know about the producer switch?
story
I
in
do.
It's the
2006.
best thing.
If you don't know the Leland Sklar producer switch story, please Google it now. Hey, we didn't even talk about Carruthers today.
You'll just have to come back.
We missed
There's
out a
so
whole-
Yeah,
much.
I'll just have to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's much more common than I ever realised this. You see it a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously makes more sense to me as an S player.
Yeah, I kept knocking the thing
Yeah.
with it up here.
G-Barge, Greg, how are you, buddy? He says, gentlemen, on the theory that every little thing adds up, what are they teaching at luthier schools about acoustic guitar bridge pin materials? Have you experimented and do you have any preference? This is a question for you, Seth.
I don't believe that there's a difference. If you can hear the difference, you must have ears like this dog. The termination point is only holding the string.
ears.
Yeah.
The real thing that's actually sounding off the string is the saddle.
Yeah.
And the nut only when you're playing an open chord. As soon as you bar it, you're not using it anymore. But there's going to be somebody out there that can hear it. It just isn't me.
Good God.
What about that whole sort of school of thought that says everything you attach to a guitar is reductive rather than additive?
I mean, there's mass and density involved in it, so it depends. Like, we know that all of our 50s Les Pauls and Telecasters have very light bridges. In my mind, when you put a very heavy bridge on a guitar that had a very light one, to me, I don't prefer that sound. I prefer the sound of the light bridge.
And you were saying earlier that the bridge plate on the old ones, it's almost because they're rubbish.
Yeah,
Is that right?
It's cold rolled steel. I mean, they were stamping those things with, machines that were not what we have today. It's pretty soft stuff in the scheme of things. It wouldn't hold an edge if you made a knife of it. Ridiculous. The star of the show.
She loves being on camera. Thankfully, you out there love Rosie as well. Oh, you're a good girl, Rose. Yeah, we were talking earlier about nut material and some other materials, and you were saying consistency is actually the important thing.
Consistency of grain, because bone is not consistent from one end to the next.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
It's not always healthy all the way through. And if you look at it under a microscope, there's little holes in it. And like we were talking about the Swartz bridges.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was them that posted it, but if you see like the radiology imaging of old stop tails, they're kind of porous because of the aluminum they were made of was cast.
Right.
And the castings were not perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like a bouillon, so if I get really hungry, I can scrape some off and make a soup.
Bridge.
Tastes like Seth.
Bridge plate gunk soup. Yeah. Right, Rose, I need to get the computer, so you might have to go and sit back on Uncle Dan's lap. There you go. Okay, G. I'm not going to disagree with Seth. I tried whatever Collings makes its ones out of, Ivoroid, I guess. Some sort of. They make them themselves anyway. And I did try some brass ones just for shices and gigales. Mm-hmm. And
Did you hear anything?
Yeah, I think I did.
Really?
But
what you may have been hearing is the weight. I don't think you're hearing the material. The
Yeah.
brass ones probably weighed 10 times what the other ones did.
yeah, it could be.
right.
And anything the bridge is such a crucial part of an acoustic guitar, right?
Yeah, and people don't think about it. It's actually a brace. It's just on the front of the instrument. As that bridge loses its contact with the front of the instrument, it changes the sound of it.
We're going to have to go for a wee-wee. So I would listen to his advice, Greg, as the man who's actually built and fixed thousands and thousands of guitars. Okay, Rosie, we'll go. Simon V says, important question. Did you get the Welsh cakes? Yes, we did. We said at the top of the show. Thank you so much, buddy. That's very kind of you. Sending us baked comestibles to consume. Right, I'll take the dog for a week. Good luck.
Welsh cakes. So blasphemy.
So, here we go. We've got 3 levers here. This one is on the B string. Goes up a tone. So we get, which gives us the 6th in the major. Then this one's on the G string. Goes up a semitone, which gives us the sus. But then you put them together,
That's the magic right there.
That is amazing.
That's the light bulb moment.
That's me for days.
Yeah.
And then this one here is on the A string. So you're doing, these are both A then.
Mm-hmm.
And they both go up a tone. So when would you use the bottom one?
Well, I mean, I'll use it that's kind of an impossible bend. If you were to bend that with your fingers, you wouldn't have enough room to go this way.
Yes, of course.
And you can't bend this way because you touch that note.
Yeah,
so
okay.
You could play this note on another string, but it wouldn't have the same tone because that string's going to be a different size than this one. You can also... So there's a couple of things you can do. I probably use that one the least.
Right. If someone is going to look at getting a hip shot thing, what's the essential? Like the B bender, the one that I know, which goes over here, and they pull down on it.
Pull down, yeah.
And that's just on the B string, is that right?
Right, but you can't do this with it. Can't go that fast.
That is fantastic. So someone mentioned that Butters would look great with that. So I think what I'm actually going to do. I want this to be Sethicized. I want Seth to go to town on this guitar and to do all the stuff because it's just so cool. I would love that on there. That'd be great. But also, I don't know, man. I reckon you just get the rasp out and just do the whole thing.
I'll do it.
That'd be great.
Ain't scared. I'll do it.
I love that when you watch a skilled, well, you know, because you do it every day, but when you watch a skilled repair person take a tool to an instrument, like with
Gusto.
But very controlled precision. I've done this 1,000 times, Gusto.
Yeah.
Well, like watching Johnny with the chisels making your guitar, and watching Matt go over the frets on my 61 Strat. It's like, yeah, all right then. Just no fear. You've told this story before, but you've damaged your hand doing so many fret jobs, right?
Yeah, I've actually changed the way that I do fret dressings now, which has really improved things for my level of discomfort. I don't
Get someone else to do them.
Yeah, I don't have I don't have a helper, but I've just changed some of my method to where I don't have to take as much off the top. It's laying them in there more evenly. You don't have to dress nearly as far. And the life of the fret is longer because it's taller, just in general. But yeah, I can't hold a pick anymore. I tend to drop them.
Okay.
So the pressure is not really there. I don't have a problem using it as a plectrum, but to hold a pick together with my thumb is very difficult. From holding the top of the fret file for the last 20 years has really screwed this up.
The last thing you were playing on camera today, you didn't. I handed you the 65 just in standard tuning, and it was amazing, but you didn't have your thumb pick on it for that. So you're just as comfortable just flesh on the strings as with the thumb pick.
Yeah, I don't like playing flesh on this thing because
Yeah.
these strings are so large. I can't really get the volume that I want without having at least a nail.
Yes,
And my
okay.
nails are terribly thin.
Right.
But yeah, it's I like using my fingers.
Right.
I generally play 11s tuned to D standard.
Right.
And if you want a story about sanding your own strings, grinding them to remove some of the newness of a round wound string, watch the video on Friday.
I didn't tell you the story when I was at the conservatorium, and we were one of the guys there was studying classical, and we were in Mackay, which is a town in North Queensland, big farming area, and he had issues with his nails.
Ooh.
Right, very thin nails, and they said, "Oh, you need to do something about your nails." So he ended up going down to a farm shop and getting a bunch of. He came back with a bucket of hoof strengthener, which he used for his nails. And
He didn't have to eat it, did he?
No. He just had to rub it into his hands. But it literally came back with a bucket for like $10, and that's what he used for the next year. And of course,
man.
being very well-natured Australian musicians, we didn't take the mickey out of him at all. We treated him with absolute kindness and respect, with him and his
Well, that's
bucket
not how we do it
bucket
in the
of
States.
nail gunk.
Bucket o' go.
Bucket of gunk. He was an amazing classical guitar player, actually.
Hoof grease.
Hoof grease. Yep. Didn't have stink though. Ah, boy.
Ed Bromiel. Hi, Ed.
Hi,
How
Ed.
are you? He says, hi, Dan and Mick. And Seth, I'm thinking about converting my Fender Pro Junior to a 12-inch speaker. The Celestian Blue, there's a really bit of annoying autocorrect that always changes Celestian to Celestine. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh.
That's what's happened here. Anyway, he says, the Celestian Blue is rated at 15 watts. Do I need a higher watt speaker for the 15 watt Pro Junior?
No.
Pro Junior is only 12 watts as well, I think.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely
Might even
fine.
be 10. But yeah, you ran a 15 watt Blue in a more powerful amp for a while, didn't you?
For 10 years, and I still have the same blue. It's amazing. It's in my Lazy J20, so 20 watts to Celestian Blue, absolutely fine.
20 blooming 6L6 watts as well.
Yeah. And it's just a magic sound. The blues can, as long as you're not silly with them, they are rated 15 watts, but if they can take it, and they'll certainly take from the Pro Junior, no problem at all.
If you are worried about that, it depends how much speaker tone you like. The Celestian Alnico Gold isn't much more, in fact, it's probably the same price as a Blue, I don't know, somewhere in the similar range anyway. That's 50 watts, and they're not a million miles apart tonally. Bit softer maybe, the Alnico Gold.
Yeah, I think...
The 15 watt Blue will break up more and give you more of that blue sound.
Yeah, and be a bit more sensitive. I'd say the blue. Go the blue.
Yeah.
Because it's a bit of a mismatch of the 50 watt. Unless you're cranking it and throwing boosts into it, even then the blue will be fine. Go the blue.
It depends what you want, doesn't it? Like, that's what I'm saying. If you want the speaker tone, get the blue. If you
just
want the
wanna
amp
hear
to
the
have
amp.
the maximum headroom
Yeah.
and the least speaker distortion, go for the gold.
I wonder what the
If it's
sensitivity is.
Alnico,
Difference.
same.
Is it the same?
It's 100, is it?
Yeah.
Certainly
Okay.
very similar. Anyway.
Yeah, right.
Maybe it's a 1 dB out. I don't know. I think they're similar. Could be wrong. Simon V. First of all, he says, Mick, I have a Boss ME5. Do you want to try it out? Yes, we do, Simon. Let's figure out a way to get it from you.
Oh,
'Cause
brilliant.
Dan and I both have a question that says all first era digital effects sound just as good as any modern modelling gear. Just to nail it on. Let's see if we can
I'm going to
prove
grab
that.
an old pod.
Yeah.
So here you go. Get a bit of that action. Where's your kidney bean?
Anyway, he says, back in 2005, while working in radio, I interviewed Seth Lakeman before he was more well known. Over the years, I've seen him at gigs and chatted with him. He's on tour at the moment. Please, can you get him on? He's willing. We will try and find a way to reach out, Simon. In the sort of dark years after I left Guitarist, and we were starting to get TPS off the ground, and I was out hustling, just buying and selling whatever I could. Used white goods,
Oi, let's do a deal.
Alloy
Let's
wheels.
do a deal.
you know.
You need a watch.
Yeah. Buy pens, biros. I had a hell of a selection of biros. I edited a acoustic guitar magazine for a minute, and we put Seth on the front of that. I was really proud of that front cover, and it was great to see him on there with his tenor guitar. Plays tenor guitar
Oh, cool.
quite a lot. I don't know if he still does, but he certainly did play a tenor guitar a lot then. Ever played a tenor guitar?
No, I spent a bit more than that.
Yeah.
on mine.
Yes.
Put it up, Papa.
Do you know what it is?
No idea.
4 strings.
That's a bass.
And it was a thing. It was a real thing you could get, I don't know, Seth, you will know about this because you will have repaired a bunch.
I have.
You could get like things like Gretsch 6120s, Tellys,
Oh, is
as
that,
tenor guitars,
SGs,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
is it like big in bluegrass? So they,
I mean, it was more of a swing instrument, ragtime.
okay.
Yeah, 20s, 30s, 40s.
Wow.
It was kind of a holdover that they made electrics in that.
And how are they tuned?
Oh, don't get me lying.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to consult the Oracle to figure out how to tune it.
WHO cares, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Very good, Michael. Very good.
Well, weren't they? Now, this is where I really am on thin ice. Did it have something to do with banjo?
Yeah.
Because in the early days of acoustic guitar, banjo players were converting to steel string acoustic guitar, and that's the whole story of the Martin O.
Okay.
Perry Bechtel. They stick a 14 fret neck on a 12.
There's people that convert them too, that, you can put a different neck on a tenor instrument.
Wow.
Yeah. Just like the mandolin had a family of varied size like violins, there's similar stuff for banjos.
Gordon Rankin is saying tenors are big here in the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Paul Matilovich says tenors were common in the 1800s.
And Ragged Wreck says CGDA.
There you go.
I'll do my favourite thing.
So in fifths.
Perfect.
I'm in this. So
Which
double
is
work. D.
AGDG.
ADGG.
Remember that band?
That major third. That's so cool.
Cool. All right. Sorry for that tenor tangent. Hopefully that was a decent enough answer to your speaker question, Ed. Simon V. Yes, Seth Lakeman. All right. Plexico, Duncan.
Hey, mate.
He says, hi, DNM. Seth, woo! Seth, where you live, does where you live matter anymore for your music to be heard
Nope.
or garner an audience?
I don't think so. Because it is difficult for me to fill a room in Tulsa. And I've heard the same from Greg Koch about Milwaukee. He says he plays in Milwaukee like maybe once a year because it's difficult for him to fill a room there.
Wow.
Is that a familiarity thing? Or is it...
I don't know. I think in the Midwest, country music kind of dominates the stage, really.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's certainly the case. I'm always fascinated when we meet American guitar players.
Like Austin's a guitar town, that experiences a lot of different genres of player, but, where Nashville is mainly the more country vein of guitar slinger, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so you need to be playing...
Yeah. And Los Angeles has its, quirks too with, more in rock and jazz and, places like Baked Potato and stuff like that, So, I mean, for the sense of the venue, yeah, it matters where you live, but to garner an audience, no. You've got a phone and you can create content that someone can have their attention grabbed in under 15 seconds, then yeah, you just got to think in terms of like, how can I get this person's attention while they're on the toilet scrolling? So that's the hard part.
Having a poogle.
Poogle, poo tubing.
Poo tubing.
You got to get to the point in the first 2 seconds where they've already scrolled by.
Oh, yeah, completely.
Yeah. Let's not reflect on that. That's where we are.
I know, it's
That's
where we're at.
we are.
Man.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you for your question. Johnny T. Johnny T says, does DC jack position matter? What irks you the most?
as long as it's far enough away from the 1/4-inch jacks, I'm fine with it. Just don't put it on the front edge, either side or the back.
The front edge, you mean the edge nearest to you?
Yeah.
You wouldn't want it up here, right?
Yeah.
You might kick it off.
Yeah, exactly. I have seen that before.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
That seems completely impractical.
Yeah, it is ridiculous.
I would add my biggest irk is number one, what Dan just said. If it's too close to the jacks in and out, I don't know if there's an example here. I've got some pedals where I don't have one to hand, but if you have a look at this Crazy Tube Circuits Venus,
You can't use the pancake jack with that, right?
Exactly. So, upside of top-mounted jacks number one, you can stack your pedals quite close together on pedal board if you're using a switcher. Downside to top-mounted jacks in general is you put them so close together, your feet hit 2 pedals every time you put your boot down. So, top-mounted jacks divides opinion for that reason. What annoys me about DC jacks is if they're too low.
Oh, because it's a
you've
right angle thing.
Got a
and
right angle connection,
Yeah.
and it won't go all the way down.
This is the level.
So,
This
well,
is the.
I get it.
not from a positional point of view, but because then if you do have to put a jack next to it, it needs to go
Yeah,
perpendicular
absolutely.
in order to get out of the way. So yes, what Dan said, as long as it's out the way of everything else, then yeah.
Deja YouTube said,
20th century, 21st century. Oh, it's the 21st century, isn't it?
talking about YouTube, and he said, hey, it worked for Engine de Poutrine.
For 5 minutes.
Oh, no. They played here. My friend went to their gig and said it was the best thing he's ever seen. And he said they are that good.
I'm not saying they're not good. I'm saying it's potentially a short-lived success.
It could be if they didn't have the goods to back it up.
Yeah.
But I think they're going to be around for a bit. But it was amazing. They've been together 20 years.
Yeah.
Engine de Poutrine. Do you know these guys?
The microtonal stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. Have you ever done a microtonal guitar?
I have not. I have
Okay.
zero desire to do it either. Do not call me for that.
Can you do that with this one? I just put polka dots
yeah.
all over it.
Yeah.
That'd be great. I'd love it.
Oh man.
I don't want to be disparaging about Engine de
Oh,
Poutrine.
no, absolutely
it was
not.
more a comment on the nature of overnight internet success.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But I guess my point is, it took them 20 years to have that overnight success.
Yeah.
You know.
They've got a very bright future behind them. What? It's just a quote. It's just a quote.
Oh man.
In fact, I think that's one of Greg's.
Oh,
I don't mean it about Engine de Poutrine. I mean it. I mean it purely as the nature of online
yeah.
bullshit. Is
Yeah.
what I mean. Greetings from North Carolina, says Scott Tucker. I may have inadvertently joined you on your more non-traditional guitars journey. I picked up a 1989 Tom Anderson Grand Am.
Oh, wow.
Definitely out of my comfort zone, but I cannot put it down.
Amazing.
So is that the one with the flame bent top? Any idea?
No, I have no idea now.
Or is it the Grand Am?
He does make a fine guitar.
He sure does.
Just
I love his pickups too.
unbelievable.
Yeah, right.
I've used those tellies that with the stack coil side by side.
Right.
Those are great. TM3, I think. TM2 and 3.
You used to do your own pickups, didn't you?
A long time ago. There's so many guys making really great coils now.
Yeah.
I just met Antonio Vallestone down in Spain.
Oh, yeah.
He's doing some amazing stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, a Super S type of guitar.
Mm-hmm.
We won't say the S word because Fender have become particularly baity in the last couple of weeks.
Oh, I've seen a couple of guitar
Yeah.
builders and they're going,
Yeah, yeah.
help, we've been building for 20 years and now they're doing GoFundMe pages to try and stay in business.
Yeah. There we are. This is the Tom Anderson Grand Am. Very nice. I hope you enjoy that guitar. They are a guilty pleasure, those kind of guitars, aren't they?
Yeah.
One of the, I mean, I couldn't live with it. It would just do my head in. But notice they've got 2 strap pins on a Tom Anderson. Most Tom Andersons have that.
Really?
Yeah,
just two
so you can lean it up, right? Like a V.
Yeah. Built-in guitar stand.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be
That's
one
what
of
I've
its
always
benefits.
assumed.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
But then you could also have instantly 2, but not in the place that you want it.
No. It just seems... Okay.
For anyone not following, if this were a Tom Anderson, instead of the strap pin being here,
Which is where it should be.
you've got one here and here.
Would you have a special strap? The straps on the both of them, or that one there that just sort of...
Oh, you could join in 2 places for increased safety.
Safety
Yeah.
cord.
Good point.
Yep.
I've got 2 right there.
Hang on. Why are
I
you using like a
felt-
10-inch thick strap or something?
I'm committed to using this device, so I put the 2 screws that normally people leave out, those on either side. I put them on there,
Right.
and that keeps the unit from wobbling a little bit.
Okay.
But it also gets kind of in the way of the strap when you put that on. It was kind of scratching up my leather, and I couldn't get it on and off as easily, so I
Okay.
just stacked them together
Yeah.
so that it moves it away from the instrument a little bit.
That's brilliant.
Can I have a reaction to this?
That's fine.
Really?
Can't see it from my house.
Oh, it's like it's great.
It'll bust
Does your strap fit in that?
Yeah, it just grips it.
Right.
So, sorry, the point we're making for those of you watching in black and white is the Seth has put an extra strap button on the back of his guitar so that the strap will fully go over it and be safe when it's over it. On this one, it barely sticks out at all, but it does grip it quite nicely.
Have you had to put an extra long screw in that one?
I did, actually. It has an extra long screw in there. I think it's like a 2-inch, I think.
Right. What do you do with old guitars where these are loose? Do you fill it with dowel and then re-drill it?
I mean, it depends on how bad it is. If it's really bad, yeah, I would prefer to do it in a 1/4-inch dowel so you actually have something to grip.
Okay.
If it's not that bad, you just take some regular wood glue and break off a toothpick in it, screw the thing back in there. The main thing is not using the screw that comes with it. The screws that go on a telly generally have a shoulder, and they're kind of short. What I
Okay.
use is a stainless steel screw that I buy locally at a place called Rulco. So it's the same size, but it's a full inch with no shoulder on it. So you
Right.
bite all the way up instead of having shoulder, and it's only biting at the bottom 2/3.
Okay. Okay.
There we are. Common problem. Common problem. Enjoy that, Tom Anderson. Scott. Yeah. Victor Gustafsson. How are you, Victor? He says, evening, gents. How do you like your Marshall 1962? Is it the hand-wired version? Still happy about swapping the JTM for it? Is there any Bassman resemblance? So the 1962 is the 2x12 amp, which became known as the Blues Breaker, famously because Clapton used it on Blues Breakers with John Mayall in 65 or 66. And it's that amp there. We swapped it for our JTM 45 head. Now, for all intents and purposes, the amps are pretty similar, but that one in a 212 combo. And just to underline the sheer laziness and complacency of Daniel and I, there's a problem with it that we have just never sorted out.
Yeah. Well, the problem is we've got
It's not
every
very
other
loud.
amplifier, and it's like the effort required.
No, we must do it because honestly, you plug a Les Paul into that, even though it is a reissue and crank it, it's that blimmin' sound.
It is,
that
but
sound.
it does exceed the maximum bench press weight for me. Like if it's heavier than a super reverb, I don't want one.
Is that heavier than a super?
That thing?
Yeah.
It's not.
I don't know.
Super is 85 pounds.
Is it? It's got 4 speakers in it, isn't it? Super.
Yeah, but it's tens.
Yeah. Little magnets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we should get it repaired. I like it a lot.
Oh, they're wonderful amps.
Just fabulous sound. So maybe Victor, I'm going to screen grab that as a means to remembering it and getting on with it. It's not the hand-wide version, it's the standard reissue.
Clarisana Ferrasanio 217 says, please, Seth, play your guitar for us.
They can hear it, by the way. There's a bit of compression on it.
Oh, man.
Not like that. Zach George. Hey, Zach. He says, I've just bought a Vox AC50
Ooh, from when?
CP2, which means it must be a new one. It's killer. Have you guys ever tried these with my JHS Superbot and Les Paul? It's an unbeatable amp. AC50 CP2. Have they reissued that then? Is that what that is?
I don't know. I'm looking at it now. So I had an original and one of just a magic Vox AC50 CP2. Yes. It's reissue.
2007, 2009.
Okay.
EL34s in a power stage. That sounds really groovy.
Yep. Yep. It was one of my favourite amps, my original one. I had the grey panel one. Bass treble volume. That's it.
Yeah.
And it was wicked.
This one looks different. It's got the control panel, got the knobs on the front panel, which is arresting in a Vox.
Oh.
Arguably much more usable. But
It looks more matchlessy, doesn't it?
visually arresting, does it? Yeah. Oh, cool. No, that sounds really great. Let us know how you get on with that, Zach. Yeah, I like the sound of that, in theory. Good score, mate. Good score. Michael Kooning. Michael Kooning says, evening, gentlemen. Question about speaker wiring. How does it influence the load on your power amp? I found that running two 16-ohm cabs in series is quieter than running them in parallel at 8 ohms.
Yeah, so if you've got two 8-ohm speakers in series, you're at 16 ohms, and that you're at the last tap of your output transformer, and your amplifier is working harder to drive the 16 ohms than it will be to drive the 8 ohms.
Yeah, if you're running two 16-ohm cabs in series, that's 32
32
ohms,
ohms.
isn't it?
Yeah, you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
That ain't good. But you can. So
And the amp won't have any problem with
it
it.
won't have any problem with it. It will still drive it, but it's working a lot harder to drive that. Yeah, so don't do that. But if you've got two 16 ohm speakers, or actually no, let's say two 8 ohm speakers in series, and one's going to be 16 ohms, and parallel and the other it's going to be 8. If you've got two 16 ohm speakers, run them in parallel. That's 8 ohms, and it matches up with the impedance from the amp at 8 ohms, and it is going to be louder. And I mean, I've never liked having the lower output impedance from the amplifier driving high input impedance for the speakers. It does work, but having them matched.
You don't say what amp it is either, Michael. So if it was a transistor amplifier, for example, that would have a ginormous effect on the loudness of the amp. So you'll notice a lot of those modern, certainly the Class D ones anyway, whatever it might be, they boast huge wattage numbers, like 180 watts or 200 watts or
I got
something.
a dB mark's like 250.
That kind of stuff. Yeah. Except it's 250 at 4 ohms probably, but the minute you go to 8 ohms, it's 125.
Yeah.
And then if you
like
go,
that. But I
sorry, the
think
other way around.
It might even be like 2 ohms or something.
Yeah, sorry, the other way around. At 4 ohms, they give their largest. At 8 ohms, it's half, and at 16 ohms, it's half again. So if it's something like that, you will get literally half the output for double the impedance.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And that'll be marked on the back of a lot of those things. What do you use that for then?
I use it if it's a load-in that's farther than I want to carry a super reverb.
And how far is that approximately?
Oh, I don't know. Anything more than like 50 yards?
Yeah.
If they don't give me a cart, then I'm bringing the DV Mark. And I love the DV Mark. It's a great amp.
Is there
it will
a
peel the paint, man.
Yeah.
If you've got it at the full 250, don't stand in front of it if you want kids.
is there like a staircase coefficient in there for carrying amps?
Not in the places I play. I'll drag that super upstairs though.
Yeah, so what you say makes sense. More ohms from the cab, quieter amp, that makes sense. Exacerbated massively if it's a transistor or a...
Supers are a 2 ohm output transformer.
They are, aren't they?
Yeah. Because that's like the only difference between a super and a Bandmaster Reverb is that one has a 2 ohm transformer and the other has a 4.
Is that right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I get confused.
Yeah. Benjamin Fargen from Fargen Amps, or is it Fargen? Fargen has just said, I'll visit your set and fix your blues breaker for you.
Okay. Thanks, Ben.
That'd be amazing.
Makes some beautiful
It
amps.
does make some beautiful amps. Wow, how cool.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm momentarily confused about what's going on.
That's, welcome
Story
to
of
where
my
I
life.
live. Yeah.
Yeah. Michelle, is it Michelle? Sorry, Michelle. He says it's a Victory V40D. The 112 speaker is a link output, which I use into another 112. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to damage the amp. The damage occurs if you go the other way, if you run like a 4 ohm speaker off an 8 ohm tap. And even then, to be honest, most amps can deal with it. But it does make sense that it's quieter when you run them in series instead of parallel.
Yeah.
I remember back in the day, Mesa Boogie used to encourage you to do that. They'd say, just plug in any old speaker and see what happens, and you might prefer it. It's louder and quieter, and go with it. Because they were fairly robust on the
Yeah. That
OT.
transformer. Yeah.
Simon V, what plans are afoot for the days ahead, chaps?
Pastries.
Seth on Friday show, which I'll turn around in the next couple of days, which we're really looking forward to. It was a wonderful chat.
It was
Oh,
brilliant.
man,
Some
thank you guys for
amazing-
So
having me.
brilliant.
Amazing playing.
Some of the best
tones,
playing that's happened in this room, honestly.
without a doubt.
Unreal.
Without
You
a
guys are in for a treat.
And then next week is a public holiday in the UK, or in England anyway. A bank holiday. Should we not do VCQ?
Maybe, but let's film on Tuesday though.
But what about VCQ?
I might be busy.
Okay, Dan's busy doing his hair.
That one.
So there'll be no VCQ next week, just so you know. And then we'll film on Tuesday.
Great.
All right. Thanks for the question, Simon. And that's all we've got in the can at the moment. We had a little buffer of shows, and we're bufferless, which is good. Paul Matugovic.
I'm into this. This is great. Sorry, Seth. I'm doing the drop open D. Open D, we call it? Yeah, it's just great. It's fun.
Well, you're a studied guy. I think that the major scale chart could be quite useful.
Yeah.
And you've done it. Well done. You avoided that string.
I did.
Have you never done open E before or anything like that?
I've never done it.
Really?
No. All I know is that Joni Mitchell song.
Yeah.
That's all I've ever done.
Yeah.
And that.
Right.
Maybe.
Oh,
Massively.
that was pain. That was actually hurty. So Sorry, do that again, Seth.
Or both? Or just those?
It's so cool.
It's the best. What a great sound.
We talked about it a little bit in the video, but I'm amazed. Actually, I don't know if we did. Maybe we talked about it over lunch. I'm amazed that, considering the sort of physical reality of stretching a thin bit of metal precisely like that over and over and over
Yeah.
again. I'm amazed how robust it is.
Yeah, I rarely break these guys.
Yeah.
It's the ones on top that I break, typically the A.
Yeah.
And it always breaks like right there.
But the pressure that you use with your thumb, though, I mean, watching you play is like, oh my goodness, the amount of force that you use to play is amazing, and results in a very specific sound, which it does sound like, very forceful, very, very cool.
What are those saddles made of?
Those are the Graphtex.
They are Graphtex.
Yeah.
We didn't ask you that today.
Yeah, Graphtex saddles, graphite nut. The whole name of the game is to reduce the friction if
Yep.
you've got a bender.
Right.
So getting away from using a string tree and using something that slips here and here. I always kind of chuckle a bit when I see people with a bender on a telly and they got brass saddles, because I'm like, I know what that sounds like.
Yeah.
You know?
It was super soft, didn't it, brass? You just
Well, I mean, steel, if you're sawing it through there, the steel's definitely harder than the brass is. And there's different levels to hardness of brass. They have aircraft brass and music brass.
yeah.
They make some hard brass, but the steel's going to win eventually and squeak.
Yeah. Well. Paul Matulovic, how are you, Paul? Good to hear from you. He says, evening, gents. I think we've all explored gain stacking, but how deep have you gone into mod stacking? I love mixing phaser and vibrato, and I love seeing some good phasers on the show on Friday.
My favourite, and possibly our favourite mod stacking, is the Jam Ripley Fall, which is a combination of a phaser and a chorus. And put on together, it is the most glorious noise. And it's really interesting because the chorus is basically a dry signal and a wet signal, and then once those two hit the phaser and it starts doing all the phasing loveliness, it's amazing. And like, theoretically in my head I would have just said, no, that doesn't work. But when you hear the Ripley Fall together, wow, it's an absolutely magic sound.
Obviously, because I'm still basically a cave dweller, I had to mark phaser and chorus on here, and as you can see, it's been annotated into a penis. The P.
That's the level. That's the level.
Because it went onto a board from my friend Steve. So I had to just offer him some encouragement there. Sorry, I just realised I've just shown everyone a big drawing of a penis. Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
I did that to my buddy Greg. He had me rewire his Les Paul, and he's a road dog. And it took him 2 years to find the little Post-it note I had made for him inside the cavity. It was totally worth it. Long game for a joke.
Oh, nice. Very good.
You got to put it somewhere like where they can't see it, but somebody else can. Mm-hmm. So I'd always, like, if I'm ever putting a board together for a mate, I'd always put a bit of tape on the back that says, so it's perfect eye height from stage. You have been warned.
Oh, yes.
Mod stacking. One of the cool things about it as well, Paul, especially with that Ripley Fall, is you can, as you know, getting a really good Leslie sound is really tough. You can do it digitally, but then as soon as you go into wet dry like Dan and I use, it becomes, I mean, it's phasey anyway in the nature of the effect, but if one of your amps, the dry is, anyway, but you know that we struggle with digital
Shenanigans.
So you can get, by mixing a couple of mods, you can sort of get that double, not as far as a vibe, but you can get that double hit you sort of get in a Leslie, and you can just have a stab at it a bit, not in a non-dissimilar way than the sort of Landau with his chorus set really fast does a version of that sound. So adding a second modulation can really add some depth and width to that. Maybe we should do a show
trying to cop
stacking
those.
modulations.
Okay.
So we get phaser, flanger, rotary, whatever else, and try different combinations.
Okay,
that
that'd
would
be
be
fun.
interesting, wouldn't it?
Yep. Guitars OK says, safe travel, Seth. We are super proud of you, brother. Tulsans. Do you know Guitars OK?
I do. I know that guy.
Awesome.
He's a nice fella.
Scott Curry says, I use a harmonious monk on the wet side and fast chorus on the dry side to get a great Leslie type sound. I might try that, Scott,
Great.
because as much as I love this, the Hughes and Kettner Rotosphere, which is up here to the right, man, it's a pain.
Are they prone to breakdowns or what?
No, it's an extra box you have
It's
to carry
huge.
around.
Yeah, it's a monster.
Yeah.
That sound pretty great, though.
It is ridiculous, but yeah. Anyway, it's the way I look at it is it's smaller than a Leslie.
I have a Leslie
I know
that
you
I
do.
built, and I put a Neo in it. I built it out of a 21H. So 21Hs aren't really worth anything
Okay.
because they're only like 20 watts. They're just grossly inefficient. You can't play with a drummer with it. And they have 2 amps in them, one to drive the motors and one to drive the speaker. So I cut the horn off, and I took and put a Eminence 15-inch Neo in it, and I put some bass cab handles on it. It's under 50 pounds, and I got a Locomotion to put the Class D 2-speed motor in it for me. Painted it all black. I even put my Leslie badge back where it's supposed to be and the little oiling sticker and everything. And I can carry it upstairs, the VFW, all by myself.
Oh,
great.
mate.
And it's rated for 300 watts.
That's really
So
cool.
if you find a 21H, you can not feel bad about chopping it up. The 22s, the 122s are the ones that are worth some money.
Yeah.
21Hs are worthless.
Oh, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So, but still, it's got a round drum that spins around the speaker.
Yeah, in the
right?
bottom. But I took the amps out, so that's really the bulk of the weight is the transformers and the
Yes,
amps.
okay.
And there's 2 of them in there. And then the horn section is not really appropriate for guitar, I've ever felt, because it's kind of bright.
Yeah.
So just using the one down-facing speaker, chopping it down short.
And that's got the drum that revolves.
The drums in the bottom, and the speaker sits above it, and I drive it with a Marshall or the DV Mark or a Tone King.
That's really cool. I'd love to see
Super
that.
portable.
Yeah. Every now and again, in a moment of semi-madness, I'll go onto eBay or Reverb and just see what old
21H.
21H. Okay.
I had a religious experience in here with the old Fender, what's it called, the Vibratone.
Vibratone, yeah.
And then a mate of ours, Matt Scofer, reaches out and says, I've got one set in the garage that I'm not using at all. You're welcome to it. And he came down and dropped it off. It's like, yeah. It's just so cool. It's such a great sound. And what's really interesting with that is that you can just leave it on slow all the time. It's the best thing.
It's like the Landau thing with the
You
chorus.
do.
I just
Yeah,
leave it
yeah,
just
yeah.
going like
leave
that.
it on.
Oh, it's so
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
So on your live record, is it on there then?
No, I just finished that thing maybe last fall. I got it back when I returned from Ireland. I like to go to Ireland on vacation, and it was in the shop for quite a while. Locomotion is a resto shop for B3s and Hammond stuff. And
Yep.
They did that Class D 2-speed motor install and new bearings and new belt for me.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it took a while to get it back from them.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I did just mention in passing Seth's live record from 2018. Please go and listen to it, and anything else you find of Seth's to listen to on your music platform of choice. It's a good look on you, Dan.
I am going to try it out. Seth has kindly offered to do the work, but I do.
If you want me to do it standard, I'll do it standard. We just got to decide how far you want these benders to go, and we'll have to experiment with gauges. And I could
think
do that.
this.
Yeah, with the open D.
I think so.
Go big or go home.
Because this guitar is screaming out for it.
Let's do it, man.
Come on.
Yeah, Dan has many Telecasters, and that one tends to not get used a lot. So converting it to something that is unique, I think, makes a great deal of sense.
Oh yeah, that'd be really fun.
I'm game.
Yeah. Put some lacquer back on the back of his neck as well. I always think they don't sound as good when it's sanded off.
Well, when I got my 66, both of my 66, all the lacquer is gone. It's just been played off of it.
Right.
So I actually scratched all the lacquer off of this and put some gun stock on it. And I hated it for like 4 months. But now it's got all the hand grease in it and it feels really comfortable. Less grabby.
Right.
There's some... Like when they... Like old... You know, because you've seen more old Fenders than I have. When that... I guess over time something happens.
It like burnishes it in. It's weird.
And it goes so rock hard, it like becomes part of the wood.
Yeah, it's
and
like that banister on an old house where you feel the wood and it's like super soft, like a baseball glove that's been used.
But I think that's a very different deal than just taking it off like they do on these custom shop guitars.
I've never seen an old guitar like this.
No.
You know what I mean? That's the one thing the custom shop for me. I think a lot of the wear looks great, but that...
Man, just a bit of birchwood Casey's gun stock on that and just buffing it in with 4/0 steel wool and then hand polishing it with a mullen or a denim, and it'll feel much more like this.
Okay.
Great.
I think we'll do that.
Yep.
You said 4/0.
Yeah, for like the
4
hashtag
zeros.
symbol with the 4 zeros.
Yeah, that's not a phrase that we use in the UK. And I've heard Martin's referred to as that. A triple ought.
Triple O, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Triple O, yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, massive tangent. Welcome to that pedal show, everyone. Alex241, how are you, Alex? He says, cheers from upstate New York. Hello to upstate New York. Please say hello to Analog Man, who is there, is he?
Yeah, he's Connecticut.
Not really upstate New York.
It's pretty close to New
That
York.
way, isn't it?
I got an Uber from his to New York. That's pretty close.
Yeah, upstate New York is a different thing, isn't
Oh,
it?
okay.
Who knows? Recent gas, he says, PRS HDRX20 into a Mesa Fillmore 212 with several S-style guitars. BV, thank you for your text. I may well look into that. And I'm not saying what it is because it involves a purchase.
Ooh.
So thanks, BV. Mind you, I am just selling a load of stuff at that pedalshow.com gear for sale if you want to go and buy some of my stuff to raise fund vouchers for something else. Alex241 says, recent gas HDRX20 into a Mesa 212 with several S-style guitars. It's glorious. Yeah, we like the HDRX20.
Fabulous.
We have actually just got the Grissom amp as well.
Ooh.
And it would be good to put them next to each other. Okay, here's a question for you. Did you like Storyville? Grissom's band?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I felt like I could feel some of that in your playing. Could I feel some of that in your playing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That guy's got wonderful taste and texture.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. It's horrible, isn't it, when you're a guitar player and you play in a unique and wonderful way and then somebody says to you, oh, that sounds like Grissom.
Oh, not at all. I mean, the way Carl Verheyen always explained it was that all of us are playing the same notes, but he describes it as the arc of the line that gives you your identity. So if you looked at the notes on a graph and you were just to look at the value of them, we're all using the same notes. There's only 12 tones, but it's where they're placed on the graph that gives you that identity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And isn't it fascinating that you've only got to hear a bar or less sometimes of a particular player and you're like,
Yeah.
that's who that is.
Yeah.
It could literally be in the envelope of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of their vibrato or their just texture.
Yet another tangent. We talk. PRS makes David Grissom amplifier. This is the 15 watt one, which is in the same box as the HDRX20. So that would be another good thing to have a look at.
Awesome.
Fans of his playing in tone as we are. Stuart VH says £20. Well, thanks, Stuart. That's your comment. Let me just make sure that we haven't missed a super chat from you.
I haven't got one.
No question yet from Stuart VH. So Stuart, sorry if we've missed you, but thank you very much for your super chat. If you want to submit one for next week or here, we'll make sure we get to that. BV also says, our recent conversation about Venn diagrams, where the sections don't intersect, it's called a Euler diagram. EULER.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
This is where my American education system has failed me. I have no idea.
We didn't either. We had to get Bev to tell us.
Experimental Chris says ARDX20 into an HRDX20.
There we are.
Yeah, good.
I think I've just sold my ARDX20 Animasio controller.
Oh, well played.
Yeah. Which will be, there we are. Johnny T, re our conversation on spinning speakers, or at least spinning devices that make the speaker sound like it's spinning. Who first used Leslie with guitar?
Oh, it's got to be one of the old, what are they called? What was that record company? Not Chess, but Sun. Got to be someone from Sun Studios.
There you go. Well, it's not. It won't be. It might be Chess.
Okay.
Because it's Buddy Guy.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Well, according to Google's AI overview.
Wow. Well, do you know who used the talk box first?
I don't.
Pete Drake, pedal steel player.
Really?
Oh,
And if you haven't heard it, it's quite interesting. Predates Joe Walsh or any of those guys
Yeah,
by
'cause
more than
Frampton
10
or
years.
anyone like
but there's
that.
that. There also the pedal steel player called the Singing Guitar.
That's him.
That's him.
Pete Drake.
Ah, there
Yeah.
you go.
And he used
Yeah,
it
and
first.
the song was "I'm Just a Guitar, Everybody's Always Picking on Me." It's so cool.
Hey, so, right, we'll finish answering that question. Buddy Guy is credited to be the first to record with electric guitar through a Leslie during '65 recording session for Junior Wells' album Hoodoo Blues Man. Guy's amplifier broke to keep the session going. The studio engineer rewired Guy's guitar directly into the Leslie, which was being used in-house for the Hammond organ.
Another mistake with a happy ending.
Wow.
Yeah, so there we go. Apparently Abbey Road and the Beatles was the first time it was used on vocals, but you can read all this because I'm literally just getting it off of Google's AI response. So you were talking about, I'm just a guitar, why is everyone always picking on me?
Uh-huh.
That whole thing of novelty songs in country music especially, does that still exist? Because you did Bird of Paradise, right?
Yeah, but "Bird of Paradise" is a little Jimmy Dickens tune from ages ago.
And is it fair to say it's a novelty tune?
I mean,
Not
I
the way
don't
you
know.
do it,
There's,
but-
there's quite a bit of humor in most of Jimmy Dickens' material.
Yeah, okay.
"Walk Chicken Walk" is pretty funny. I don't think you could get away with writing that song today.
Yeah. And my dad's a big country fan.
Uh-huh.
And I grew up listening to all that stuff, which is where I heard Bird of
Yeah.
Paradise for the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time. May the Bird of Paradise fly up your nose, it's called Dan.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's the
and there's
chorus.
Echoplex in that is absolutely insane. If you've not heard it,
Awesome.
But there's also a song he plays, it's Hello Dad if you're watching. It's called It Tickles. Have you heard it?
oh man,
Yeah. Just,
he
yeah.
was such a comical looking dude. Anyway, he was really, really short, and he played a J200. He was this itty bitty man with this giant guitar.
Yes. Anyway, right. There we go. I think we answered that, Johnny. We think Google thinks it was Buddy Guy.
Wow, I learned something today.
Let's see what the chat is saying about that. You might know this. I didn't know it. Which member of Pink Floyd sings "Have a Cigar"?
I heard about this the other day. I forget. It wasn't Davy G or anyone like that.
It was no member of Pink Floyd.
No member of Pink Floyd.
It
That's
was Roy
that's
Harper.
right. Because wasn't there something they were having trouble with the rhythm or something?
They both had a go at it. Again, this is according to the internet. What does the internet know? This is according to the internet. They both had a go at it, and they weren't really satisfied. And Roy Harper was around, and he did it.
Amazing.
If you don't know Have a Cigar by Pink Floyd, listen to it. It's one of the most cynical studies of the
can't
music
play it on this
industry.
I can't do it.
What does he say? Welcome, dear boy. Have a cigar. You're going to go far. There we go. Lots of people coming in saying Roy Harper. Thank you, Chris Quinn. Thank you, Vincent Bull. Thank you, Oliver Hutton. And James Malone and Kay Cole and Greasy Kitchen and Johnny T. There we are. There we are. Yeah, Simon V. And by the way, which one is pink? You know that line?
No. Which one is Dave?
It's pink, apparently, is the vocal.
No.
Because I had to Google it. Because he says,
By the way,
I've always
which
had a deep,
one's
I've always had a
Dave?
deep respect, and I mean that most sincerely or
Yeah.
sincere. The band is just fantastic. That's really what I mean, and that's really what I think. And by the way, which one is pink?
I gotta Google this now because it sounds like. By the
i.e.,
way,
which one
one's
is Pink
Dave?
Floyd? Is what he's asking, right? And that's a clever bit of writing,
That
because
is a
I would
very
have said
clever
which
bit of
one is
writing.
Floyd. I mean, maybe Dave sang it as which one is Dave later on to annoy Roger Waters. So I don't know.
The band is just fantastic. That is really what I think. Oh, by the way, which one's pink?
Because it rhymes.
Very good. That I had no idea. Great.
And Experimental Chris is saying everyone thought Pink Floyd was a guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, you might have thought it was, what's his name, wouldn't you? Sid, bless him. Okay, we say thank you to BV for being in the chat and
Yes,
doing all
mate.
that. BV, thanks so much. And as he is so diligently reminding everybody in the chat, no VCQ next week. We're gonna take the opportunity for the public holiday and do other things. I'll be doing middle-aged stuff like gardening and mowing lawns. I might even be getting to know my new guitar.
Ooh, I gotta mow the lawn when I get home. It's gonna be so hairy.
I bet you have a big lawn, right?
I do.
Yeah. Do you ever ride on mower?
No.
Oh.
No.
Sorry.
And we also say thank you to Seth Lee Jones
Yes.
for joining us today. Fantastic video that will come out on Friday. As you can imagine from Dan and I, Seth's got so many aspects to his life and work that we pinball machined all over the place, and it's all the more entertaining for it, we hope.
Yeah. It was a trip, mate, to finally meet you and to actually be in the room with you doing your thing. Just unreal. Can't thank you enough. It's just been
I'm delighted.
fabulous. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Thanks for being with us, everyone. I want to say get Dan and Seth to play us out, but the guitars are so horribly out of tune, it could cause... There we go. Presumably you are in tune.
I mean, the tuner said I was.
Yeah, so it's this guitar that's out.
Probably.
Yeah. To be fair, it's been pretty cold in here, so should be that. Thanks for being with us. Thanks to everyone for joining us on VCQ. Dan and Seth are going to play us out. Join us on Friday. Here we go.